Hi, everyone.
Hello,
Welcome.
everybody. Oh my gosh.
So, welcome. Welcome back. This will be
Yes.
the last podcast of this year, right? Of 25, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. No wonder I'm
So,
feeling so what?
well, I've been sick.
Yeah, you have.
So, like the day after Christmas, I started just feeling just a cold, like a head cold, as you know, but a head cold, kind of scratchy throat. And I'm almost, thankfully, I had nowhere to be. I had nothing to do, and I could just, which is the best thing, is just
Yes.
to lay there, be bored out
The
of your
best.
mind. A lot of ginger garlic tea, and yeah, I'm feeling much better. So,
Wonderful.
would
Whew.
you like to start with opening space?
Oh, I could very much use having
We
space.
forget to do that a lot, or we'll remember after the
Yeah.
podcast is over, we remember.
And
Okay.
I think our audience, for the most part, really enjoys it
Yeah, I
when
do
we
too.
open space.
Yeah.
So if you are, if you're driving, turn down the volume for a minute. If you've got a sharp knife in your hand, put the knife down. Operating heavy machinery, stop or turn down the volume.
Yes.
Allow the grounding, allow the space to be open without paying any attention to it.
Yes.
Your safety is first
And
and
you
foremost.
can energetically say, I'd like to follow along with this opening, but my 3D ears aren't gonna hear it. And you'll go right along with us.
Mhm.
It'll happen. So you just
Absolutely.
have to sort of say that. All right. Whew. Thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful opportunity to come together with all these amazing people. No matter when you come to this, we are all in it together. Energetically, we're sitting around in a circle and maybe a square or a triangle. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Or a flower pattern. Sorry, I digress. Thank you. And we open to the possibilities. We ask for clear messaging to come through for each of us, exactly what each of us needs as we ask to be grounded, especially after the holidays. Many of us, well, not me, but many of us have had it's just stressful. Christmas is stressful. We go over to people's homes. We don't really want to be there. We don't want to see that person. It gets stressful. So we're going to ask to come back into our bodies and then ground. And if that's a grounding cord from your first chakra, if that's roots coming out of your feet, whatever that looks like for you, Spirit, we ask you to bring us into our body, devas, and then that energy goes down into the earth and holds us there to be present and to find that space of intuition that we all have. Everyone accesses it differently. We ask to open that space of intuition around each of us to hear, see, feel, know, understand the messaging coming from spirit for each of us to get exactly what we need today. Whatever we're having issue with today, we ask for a loving message to get us through that, to bring understanding, love, and kindness, some compassion. As we open this beautiful space around all of us, all of our energies joining together and creating a high vibration of love and compassion, friendship, Thank you, Spirit, again for this beautiful opportunity. And so it is. All right. Now, what would you like to talk about, Mari-Lyn?
So on Christmas Day,
Hmm.
um, my husband went to work for a few hours, and I was initially really irritated about it because I wanted to play disc golf.
Hmm.
Well, it turns out it was pouring down rain all morning.
It was.
And before he got home, I had resigned myself. We are not playing golf today.
Hmm.
I just had. I didn't open myself up to the possibility of the weather breaking. I just, boom, we're not playing.
Hmm.
He gets home and he hadn't been home very long. And he says, "So, where are we going to go play?" And I was pissed
Yeah.
because I had already made up my mind we weren't playing.
Hmm.
And
A little black and white thinking there.
very
Yeah.
black and white thinking. I don't think that I portrayed that initial trigger.
Sure. Hmm.
Um, and I said, "Oh gosh, I don't know. It was raining so hard an hour ago that I just figured we wouldn't be able to play today." And he said, "Well, it's
It cleared up nicely.
it's stopped." And I'm trying to get my days straight. This part of the story doesn't really matter. We ended up and we go play.
Hmm.
Now, I have been working ever since we started playing. I have been working so hard on changing my attitude around the game because I am very competitive with myself
Right.
and in turn competitive with him. And I think just because I know in my brain
Hmm.
how it's supposed to be done, that I can translate that through my
Right.
body. And, instantly I should be like playing like a pro.
Of course. Of course. Because your body's just going to just know exactly how to do that. She's going to be ready to do that.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
whatever. So my husband, even at one point, um, he told me, he said, I'm sorry, but the way you get so affected when something doesn't go well, you're
Mhm.
taking the fun out of it. And
Good for him.
yeah,
Good for him for saying something.
he did finally have to say that to me. And so I have really tried. I have just been doing whatever I need to do. I have been doing a lot of communication with spirit, with my higher self, with my body. And one thing that my silly little human brain thought
Hmm.
was that when I made a decision to react differently,
Hmm.
that actually meant that what's happening out here changes.
Oh, like the environment changes
Environment changes.
to meet what you want.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty common, but yes.
Well, that's not true. That is so not true. And
No, it's not going
I,
to happen that way.
whoo, man, I was given the opportunity over and over and over again on Christmas Day
Mhm.
to change the way I reacted to things within my control and out of my control.
Nice.
I had the best time.
Good for you.
I had the worst score.
But it was okay.
And part of this bad score was because this really weird wind came up
Oh, we're
and
very windy here.
it did not correlate. What the wind felt like did not correlate to what I thought would happen with the disc.
Sure.
Um, and there is a certain amount of predictability that you're okay, the wind is going to do this, and so you have to compensate and
Hmm.
do whatever. And it did not work out that way. And there was at one point, that was we had played 2 rounds, so it was our second round, and it was getting close to the middle of the round, and I had missed 2 putts, and I looked over my shoulder and said, "Really?" Talking to spirit.
Sure.
And the information that I got, I'm going to say what I heard, which
Okay.
it wasn't really a hearing, it was more of a knowing. But what I heard was, well, you did you did decide to react differently, and
Mhm.
the only way you can react differently is if you have the opportunity to do that.
Yes, 100%.
So, if everything's perfect,
Yeah.
why do you want to react differently? You don't. If everything's perfect, it's
Right.
great. You want to react differently when it's not perfect. And so,
Which is the point of you changing.
yes.
I mean, that's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
it. Yeah, that's
So,
it right there. Yeah.
my brain, and I'm so glad that you said that it's probably pretty common that people think if I'm going to react differently, that means everything changes.
Yes.
No, it's
Yeah.
only me.
Yes.
And any of you out
And
there,
not just because you say you're going to. Sometimes you can kind of share, but most of the time you can say it. And like you said, but the opportunities are going to come for you to put that to practice.
yes,
And
yes,
so you actually have to practice it. It doesn't just poof.
you have to
Yeah.
practice it. And sometimes it is a choice. And I came across that on that day of that initial, oh,
Yeah.
no, no. I made the choice. So
Good.
any of you listening, if you know what I'm talking about in I mean in any of this, if you have experienced this, I'd love to know. But about that thinking where you think you're going to change your reaction means everything around you is also going to change. I'd
Mm-hmm.
like to know how many of you have that weird thinking.
I
Or
also, yeah, I'm going to add to that weird thinking because I've certainly done this enough in my life. Oh, I have to see so and so. I hope he doesn't do this and I hope he doesn't do that. Well, what if he does? And he most likely will have that behavior or he'll say that thing that irritates me. It's me that has to react differently. And that's an opportunity.
an
So, yes,
opportunity.
I'm dreading that person, seeing that person. Yet I can't change their behavior at all, but I can
No.
change mine and I
Yeah.
can get to the point. Sometimes it takes a lot of healing. Sometimes it takes just kind of like you just have to get that almost like an attitude adjustment
Hmm.
type thing. But it starts with you. It
Yeah.
starts with me. It starts with
Yep.
if you want it to change, you're the one unfortunately that has to change the outside shit. It's not going to change. The environment's
It's
not
not
going to
going to
change. Those
change.
people aren't going to change. It's you.
Mm-mm.
You're the ingredient that needs to be different.
A beautiful piece when it involves another person
Mm-hmm.
and we can change our reaction,
Mm-hmm.
we change the vibration between us, and that can
Mm-hmm.
often does not, but it can give the other person an opportunity to go, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yeah.
They didn't, they didn't.
Yes. Like
Why?
they seem different or that makes them uncomfortable. So, because oftentimes in those situations, as you know, those type of people that we get irritated by, and this is not always, but sometimes they don't know. They're just so flighty and whatever. They're just in there doing their thing and they really have zero, they're so far out of their bodies, they have no idea what's going on. But then there are those people who purposely like to poke at you. They
Yes.
like that control, they like
Yes.
that emotion that they elicit from you, they like all of that. And I think that's kind of what you're talking about. if you're in a different space and they start with a small poke first and no reaction, sometimes they'll go, oh. They'll either try harder or just
Right.
drop off.
Or they just like, oh, well,
That's not going to work. Shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that whole scenario could probably be a whole podcast in itself. So,
Right. Yes. And then, well, but you were ready too, right? Wasn't that part? I mean, you
yes, yes.
went
And
on
it
that.
took, oh my gosh, it took a long time
Yeah.
because we've been playing now for um, really close to 2 full years.
Hmm.
And I mean, it was immediate.
Hmm.
Immediately when we started playing, I would get so down on myself. Um, one bad throw and I was out for the whole day, you know?
Ugh.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
it was bad. And then I got a little bit better.
Hmm.
But then I didn't get good, but when I finally started improving,
Hmm.
I like ramped it up to a whole new level.
Yes.
Like almost being in tears on the course because
Yeah.
I can't get my shit together to do what I know. Um,
And I would
yeah, it's
definitely
just crazy.
say, I would definitely say in that situation, when that happens, or you're finding yourself having to fake it, in my opinion, there is no real fake it till you make it situation. Sometimes you have to fake something just to get through that situation, but
Right.
to really make that change, there's no fake it till you make it.
I
There's no
don't
make
think
it there.
I don't think so.
But it's finding out what that wounding is. And you've done a lot of that. You've gone in, you've done the work, you've looked at it, you've gone through all the shame, the embarrassment, the guilt, the anger, the laughter, the all of those things that come with
Yeah.
looking at why the F do I do this? It's so silly and it seems so easy to change. Just doesn't it? To me, I always think, why
It,
can't I just change this? Why is it so hard for me to do it? And you see other people doing it
yeah.
because there's wounding there.
Yep.
There's wounding to look at. And sometimes you really do. And I know you went through this. You had to understand why. You don't always have to understand the why, but sometimes you need to get in
No.
there and go, oh, okay. Now I know the why. Now I can do some healing and some switching.
Hmm. Yeah. And the whole concept of choice.
Yes.
Um, oh man, that in and of itself
Mhm.
really played a game with my brain this past year. Um, okay, I am making the choice. I'm gonna go have fun. We're throwing discs. We're outside. It's beautiful and blah, 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 blah. And then one thing happens, and that whole body physical reaction
Yeah.
of angst.
Mhm. Yes.
I'm sorry, I did not consciously choose to feel this way. And my brain got so confused around what that meant to make the choice.
Yes.
It,
Because the choice isn't always I'm going to do it or not do it. That's not, sometimes there, let's say I don't want to be 58 years old. Well, you know what, Pam, you don't, that part you don't have a choice. However, I do have a choice of how I see myself.
Mhm,
That is a choice.
mhm.
It is my choice to, so there are choices around it. They're not always that one specific one. You can't do anything about that. I can't get younger. I can get older. So at some point I won't be 58 anymore.
It's very true.
But there's
Yeah.
always a choice within every situation. And it's typically, how do I see the outcome, or how do I see this? And that's where you can kind of change. How do I feel about it? How do I think about it? Those areas you can, that's a choice.
It is a choice, and there's so much underneath of it that's
Yes.
needed to support the choice.
Yes. There's as much under there holding up that bad choice as a good choice.
Hmm. So it's not as simple as walking up to the wall and flipping the choice switch.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
That would be so
Oh,
fabulous. But it's not until
okay.
until it is.
Until it is.
Because at some point along the journey, it can, not always, it can become as simple as no, no.
Yes.
I am making
Yes.
the choice to respond
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of effort to rewire the brain
Yes.
into this new choice. And my hope,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of trying to be open here for an answer from spirit when I speak this, but my hope is that in a lot of these choices that I'm
Mm-hmm.
making now, that I'm working on making the better choice or the higher vibrational choice,
Mm-hmm.
it won't be a choice eventually. It will be the new way of doing.
Yes.
And
But you have to build up that muscle memory. You have to build up that thought process. What they
mhm,
were bringing to me is if I wanted to just come out to just drive over to your house,
mhm,
autopilot takes me that same way every time.
mhm,
So I get there, but if I want to change the way I drive there, where, that direction, it takes some thought, and it takes, because the
mhm.
muscle memory is strong. I could be thinking about whatever, and all of a sudden I'm sitting
In front of
in the
my house.
driveway.
Yeah.
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 And so
Muscle memory
that's
is,
a real thing, bro.
oh man, it isn't just in our muscles.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's in the, well, I guess the brain is a muscle,
But yes, we think of that
but
differently.
our emotions have muscle memory. Every part of our existence
Hmm.
has that muscle memory,
Hmm.
and there is a process of changing it.
Yes.
It's just like rewiring the brain. I have seen so many articles over the past probably 2 months
Hmm.
about rewiring the brain.
It's finally the medical community or scientific community, whatever, maybe both, are finally seeing it now. What we have been talking about for a long time in many of us who do energy work,
Hmm.
spiritual work, whatever you want. We've known that for a while. Our
Hmm.
teams have been helping people disconnect the brain and rewire it to different for a long time. I am so grateful that it's
Yeah,
finally
yeah.
getting out there, because that people do listen to that sort of, in quotes,
The
scientific.
scientific, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, One thing that I have, well, I mean, for a long time, I have known this and I teach it in communicating with the body.
Hmm.
But in certain things that I have been trying to rewire my brain, rewire my reactions,
Hmm.
talking to my physical body
Yes. 100%.
and reminding her,
Yes.
first and foremost, I think that she is safe
Yes.
in
Safety is always a big one.
whatever this situation is, you are safe.
Yes.
Um,
That's a huge one.
and it doesn't matter.
And for
And
those of you wanting to, sorry, to talk to your bodies, that's always the perfect place to start. You're safe.
yeah,
You are safe.
yeah.
Great first step. And sometimes I can't get past that. That's all. I just keep telling her that. It's, yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Go
No,
ahead.
no, 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 you're fine. Um, but that communication um,
Mhm.
of you are safe and it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Nothing, nothing matters.
Right.
Doesn't matter what's happening out here because you are safe. And from there, I move into thanking her.
Yes, 100%.
Thank you for trying to warn me, trying to protect me, but you're safe and I don't need that right now. It's not in your best interest, but thank you for releasing it. Thank you for finding a new way to maneuver through something like this.
And sometimes that's where it's like it changes right there.
Yeah.
There are those times when I want to say simple, when it's that simple because it feels very, and there are other times when it feels like a several times a day kind of thing. Every day you're talking to her, and all that means is she's been doing that same thing for a lot longer, and there's trauma attached to it. There's some sort of lesson. You're not you can't just change the outcome. There's other things you have to get to.
Hmm.
So sometimes it'll be really easy. I love those times when it's like,
Love that.
woohoo, look at that. That was easy. And
Yes.
other times like, oh, I'm like in the quicksand and I can't get out and it's not allowing me. Well,
Mhm.
because there's stuff that I'm not looking at that really that behavior
Typically, yeah.
is really not the thing that needs to change. That will change when you heal this other stuff. You can't just change because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind of a
There's
lie.
typically there's another component in there
Yes.
of something.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was that was so much fun to be able to just laugh
Yes.
at some of the throws. Um, some of them were great throws, and then you could like, oh my gosh, look at what the wind's doing to that thing. It's like, and,
Yes.
and then there were a few of them where I threw it and went, oh, well, crap. That was that was
I'll be over a few over par on
that
this
was
one.
all me. And oh my goodness.
Yes. And it's okay.
It was.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. It was
Nice.
just so much fun. I laughed so much.
Oh,
Um,
good.
yeah, I laughed so much.
Nice.
It
Sorry, I'm
was it
figuring
was
out my
amazing.
volume. So keep talking.
Ah,
My volume, all of a sudden, I don't know what just happened.
oh, weird.
Yeah, I know. Weird stuff happening. So,
Yeah.
well, I know that you've been working on, and if you've been listening to us for a while, you know that Mari-Lyn has talked many times about like her black and white thinking, and that's certainly part of this.
Yep, it is. It is.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Um, but looking up, really, spirit, really,
yes.
and then getting that messaging of, hey, you want to change your responses, you want to change the way you react, you are going to be given the opportunity
Yes.
over and over and
Yeah.
over again. And
Yes.
today we're just obliging.
Yes. And I think we talked about this a little bit. I think it was the last one, something similar anyway, when, like I talked about every job I had, I always had that one bitch that triggered me and I couldn't get along with. Well, the re that was an opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity
Mhm.
for me. But I always wanted to blame the person.
Yeah.
These fucking people are everywhere. They're always out to get me. What maybe not quite that bad, but um, although sometimes, but those are opportunities.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that is it for some people. It's that there are people, we call them teachers. We don't like to call them teachers, but they come to teach us our own frailty and our own behaviors and how, and then, but it's up to us to change it. It's not up to them. It's not up to all those bitches that I've worked with.
Right.
Um, it was really up to me
Really up to
to do
you.
that.
Yeah.
And thank you, Spirit, for all the opportunities you brought in. And I feel sorry for those people, those women. They had their own shit to work on. Yeah, but
Hmm.
certainly, yes.
Yeah. So
Woo.
yeah, that was quite the eye opener, really, that when I realized that I really did believe that by changing the way I react,
Hmm.
or choosing to change the way I react,
Hmm.
meant that changes
Yes,
everything around me.
yes,
I was mind blown that I really thought that.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I
and
think you're right. And you asked if people listening have the same, and I bet you got many of them that went, "Oh yeah, I I've done that. I've said, I got up in the morning, I'm going to do that differently today, and it didn't happen, and you're kind of pissed at whatever for it. Like you're
yeah,
pissed at the environment, like it didn't happen,
exactly.
like it's someone else's or something else's problem, or it was that choice. No, it's still you. And don't beat yourself up over it. Like
No, because
those things that we've done over and over again our whole lives, those
Mhm.
don't just change overnight.
Mm-mm. And it starts with awareness.
Yes.
It starts with awareness. Um, just it still just kind of blows my mind that that was a belief that I held.
Yes.
And it's crazy how many oddball beliefs that my brain has formed
Mhm.
over the years
Mhm.
that kind of excludes me from taking responsibility.
Yes. Sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then when you think about it, well, most of those what so and I'm going to say we are in healings with someone when we're the healer and we're helping someone and they can say something happened when they were, I don't know, say 22. Okay. And they swear, nope, nothing came before that. This was when it happened. I was 22. It was not. And every time, not just some of the times, every time we can take that wounding all the way back to childhood and say, well, you formed some of these opinions back when you were a child. And yes, this situation happened, and I'm so sorry. This was a horrible thing to happen to you. And all of that, but it didn't just happen then. The circumstances and the certain belief systems happened when you were a child and led to maybe not that, whatever it was, it didn't lead to that happening, but how you're responding to it started way back when. Every single time.
Every single time.
Every
Every time.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the plan, by the way. That
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
is the plan.
Absolutely.
Those are things we wanted to learn, we wanted to experience, we wanted to overcome, we wanted to evolve from. All of that, all of those horrible, and believe me, y'all, it took me a long time to say that because why the F did I choose my childhood? Is what many times I've thought. It's like, why would I choose to be that abused? Why would I choose for all of those things to happen? Now I can see it clearly because I want to evolve.
Hmm.
I wanted to learn those things. And a lifetime is just a drop in the bucket. We've had so many lifetimes, we have so many things going on. We are spiritually, we are evolving, and it's one lifetime. Unless you don't figure it out, then you have to come back and do it again. But it's just like it's just school. We're going to school. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew.
It hits
Yeah.
me to see it that way. Not everyone is comforted by that. And I think maybe at one time I wasn't, but I am now very comforted that, you know what, I chose this.
Um, for me, there is an element of comfort and and yet,
And yet,
and yet,
mhm. No,
um,
I thinking of it that way is always helpful. So it doesn't always fix the I don't all of a sudden always go, "Oh, okay, got it." But there is a comfort
I
there.
think that's what I mean by and yet.
Okay,
It brings it can bring an element of comfort, but it doesn't change the way I'm reacting. It doesn't
right,
change the way I
right,
feel. It
right.
doesn't it doesn't really change anything until maybe after the fact
Mm,
when I'm in hindsight.
yes.
It probably gives me more comfort.
I think
And
for me at the time, it's the comfort comes from the okay, I'm not just a dumbass. Okay, I'm not just this horrible person that just said that crappy thing or that. So it helps me put all that into perspective. Okay,
mm,
this was an opportunity or this was an experience that I asked for because there's a bigger picture in mind here. That's for me. That's my, all this error that I have and the overthinking. It helps kind of put things in their own lane for me or in a
true.
bigger way instead of being so. I think that's probably it. It opens it up
Makes
in a
sense.
bigger space because
Yeah.
I will bring it down so small to like it's a pinpoint that I'm all of my eggs are in that one basket and it helps me sort of sort those out.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So that's more for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
And
sense.
everyone's different, but that does help for me. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Whew. You know what? What's coming?
I do
New
not.
Year 2026 is
Oh, the new
around the
it's
corner,
coming fast.
coming fast. And we've done podcasts on we don't do New Year's resolutions because you're just setting yourself up to fail. But with that said, is there anything that you want new in 2026? Is there anything like a something you want to do or something you want to have happen? 2025 I thought was going to be a fabulous year, and in many ways it has been, but in other ways I feel wah wah with 2025.
25 was not what I was
No,
expecting.
no, you and I had big plans or big
Um,
expectations, and
and
Spirit was like,
expecting right there is
"Hmm,
my first problem. Having
yes,
an expectation.
yes, yeah,
Um, what I don't know how many times today I have seen where 2025 was the year of the snake.
oh,
Well,
okay,
what is the first thing that comes to mind with a snake? For me, transformation,
yes,
shedding the old skin,
yes,
transformation. And that's what 2025 was. It was a year of
yeah,
transformation from the get fucking go.
yeah. It was a big year in that way.
Mhm,
I kind of
mhm.
like some time off from that transformation thing. I'd say for the last 15 years or so, I feel like I've been like transitioning, turning, healing, like it's just like whipping through fast. Which,
Mhm.
and didn't you always, I always heard that too about getting older. I remember my mother and, older people, whatever, saying, oh, time goes by so much faster when you're older.
Yes. Yeah,
And yeah,
it does.
it
Yeah,
does.
it
It
does.
really does.
It does. Whoa. When you said 15 years, I was going to say, well, for me, maybe 5 years, but I've been sober almost
Yeah,
16 years.
yeah,
So, yeah, the past 15 years has been huge.
yes.
Huge transformations for me. And 2026 is the year of the horse.
Okay.
And for me, what comes with the vision of a
Yes. I
horse,
was going to say, what is your
movement
vision? Movement, absolutely.
and strength.
And majesty and that smoothness that when you watch a horse in full run, how beautiful and just smooth that looks. Yeah. Fingers crossed on that
I'm
one.
laughing because not all horses have a smooth gait.
Oh, probably not. Probably
No.
not. But that's what I think of when I think of like the
Yeah.
year. I'll
When
have
I
to look that
was
up.
when I was oh, I don't know, a young teenager,
Uh-huh.
I took care of horses, and at one point there were three horses that I was taking care of, and one of them, oh man, I could hop on her bareback and just let her run, and it was amazing. One of them, I would hop on her bareback, but walk. That was it. I walk. I'm not
Oh.
doing anything else with her. She was so clumpy and big and clumsy feeling. Um, and then there was the other horse who you never knew. You never knew what her gait was going to be like.
Mm.
Was she going to be smooth? Was she going to be choppy? Um,
Well, that sounds about like being human.
Very human. Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's why I was laughing as you were talking about just letting they're running and they're just smooth and it's like not
Well,
always.
I can dream, Mari-Lyn.
You
I can
can.
dream.
You can.
Yes,
It's your
yes.
dream. You dream it any way you
That's
want.
right. Just like it's your lie, you can tell it any way you want to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Um
I want to
so
say something. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I
It's
was
it's
just
off
gonna
top.
say the year of the horse. Um
And I look
Movement. And I
energy, freedom, movement, and bold action.
ah, okay.
Strength. Yeah. Yeah. Willpower. Hmm. I don't know why that just flipped in my head, but we have been getting, like I said, I'm partially retired, not quite there. So I still will look at emails and things when they come. Uh, when you solicit TCS for something, and I'm not talking about a service, I'm talking about you want to do something for us, or you have something you want us to do, like you want to collaborate on something, or you want us to have you on here to talk about your new book or whatever it is. As as soon as people say, "Hi, Pam and Mary," I'm going to, and I just, oh no, what just, it was like, if you can't get, I don't even further. You clearly have never watched us. You clearly, now if you spell Mari-Lyn wrong, that's not as much for me because, you know,
Yeah.
hell, I've spelt your name wrong. But just do the Mary, you always know this person has never listened to our
Never
podcast. You're
listened to it.
just sending out letters, hoping something will stick somewhere. I
Yeah.
don't know what just made me think of that, but it was like, Mary,
That's funny.
yes. I always go, meh, this one's, we're done. No, if you can't even get the name right, it's pretty easy if you've listened to us. Yeah.
There's only one person in my life who I ever allowed to call
Uh-huh.
me Mary, and
Who
that
is
was
it?
my uncle by marriage. Um, he was my dad's best friend in high school. Um, and I was so afraid of him. I loved him dearly,
Uh,
but I was so afraid of causing a
sure.
rift. Um, I just let him call me Mary. I just never. He's the only one in the family that ever called me Mary.
Hmm.
My aunt. never called me
He
Mary.
had to have known,
My
listening to people
cousins
say
never called me
Mari-Lyn.
Mary.
Yeah.
So as an adult looking back,
Uh-huh.
to me, I have to believe that was a term of endearment.
It was. I was just going to
He
say that. That
wasn't
was
doing it
affectionate.
out of disrespect.
No.
That was his nickname for me.
Yes. Like it was a pet name that he had for
It,
you because yeah.
it was
Yeah.
something special, and he was the only one. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Anybody else, I correct. I have always corrected.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and now, at my age, I choose who I correct.
Sure.
If it's like somebody I'm never going to see again in my life, it makes absolutely no difference if they called me "Hey you" or "Mary" or
Right.
whatever,
Or Lynn.
or
Hey, Pam,
"Lynn."
Mary, and Lynn. So far, we haven't got that. We haven't got us as three people.
We have not. I'm almost a little surprised about that,
I know. Yes.
but I don't feel the need to be
Yeah.
absolute in
Oh,
you call me by my right name or
that sort of rigid. Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
No.
Um, for a short time, I stopped correcting at the doctor's office.
Mm.
If they would come out and they would say Mary or Mari-Lyn, um, I would just I would just go. And I got a phone call from a medical facility who
Mhm.
did not verify that who they were talking to and started talking to me about my liver biopsy.
I remember that. Yes, that was not long ago. This was a few months ago.
This was this past year where I
Yeah.
had been on the phone with them about something, and then I get this phone call back and she's talking to me about my liver biopsy, and I'm like, hold up,
Yes.
wait a minute.
Yes.
Um, and I have decided that when it is in a professional setting, you better call me by my right name or I am verifying with you that you
Yes.
have the
Yes.
right person.
Yeah.
Because that was,
Well, first they started out not even about, they started almost like, I don't remember the verbiage, but it was almost like, I have bad news for you. And you were like, what the hell? What, like it frightened you at first. And then
yeah.
when they said the liver biopsy, you went, that's when you sort of tuned in. Wait, this is not, we're talking about something. Yeah.
Yeah, she's talking, and I really don't remember all of it, but there was something,
Yeah.
and I was following her, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yes. And then I
Yeah.
think she like hung up on you or something. She like, oh, the embarrassment. And she just hung
Yeah,
up.
she said
Just
something about, oh, let me double check something, and then click disconnect.
click. Yeah. Yeah.
I did call back and made sure that it was known that a wrong phone call was made, and
Yes. And people do make mistakes, but it's
yes,
how you handle, but it's how you handle that mistake.
exactly. How do you handle it?
That's the,
How do
yeah.
you react?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the embarrassment. I get the the panic, like especially if you have a boss that's gonna just, and this is medical information. I mean, that's, but you can't just hang up and then pretend like nothing ever happened.
No.
No, honey, you need to own up to that
Yeah.
happening. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I remember
Woo.
I was pregnant, I think, with my first. So that was over 30 years ago. And in the waiting room, this particular obstetrician, he was busy. He's, in my opinion, and opinion of many, the best in Portland. And he's finally retired now a few years ago. But anyway, the nurse came out and just said, Pamela. And this woman jumped up and said, me. And they went in and okay. And then she came out again a little bit later and said my name. And then she like got pissed at me that I didn't correct that lady that it was. It's like, well, how the hell do I know who you said a first name, someone jumps up and says yes, whose name I'm sure is Pamela. Like,
Yeah,
why are you she was so pissed at me. I'm sure she was embarrassed. She was probably took this woman completely out of order.
right.
Who knows how long, how early this woman was for her appointment or whatever. But don't get pissed at me over it. And that funny that I just remember that now, and that was a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
But own your shit, people.
Yeah.
Own your shit. And then
Yep.
apologize to me. She needed to apologize to me. I
Yes.
just gave away your appointment. I am
Yeah.
so sorry. Whatever it is. Okay. But
Yeah.
nothing. She was mad at me.
And that happened. I took my dad to a doctor's appointment this past year. Um, and they came out and they Ken, and so we go back and they start asking questions and he's answering them, and she stopped and she said, "Oh, Ken, I am so sorry. Tell me again your birthday.
Yes. And verify.
Tell me your last name." She said, "I am so sorry. You are the wrong Ken, and I'm going to have to ask you to go back to the waiting room." And
Yeah.
and so we did.
Yeah, because she was honest. It
Hmm.
was an honest
Yep.
mistake. Yeah, this lady did not do that. I didn't even
Yeah.
see that other Pamela come back out. Yeah.
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 So that was yeah, that was good. We went in, we
Yeah.
sat down. She found the right person,
Mhm.
and then it wasn't even, it was
Yeah.
very, very quick, and they took him back. But I was impressed that
Yeah.
she,
That's wonderful.
yeah,
That's good on her.
yeah,
Just admit it. But,
yeah,
and when we can't, I've been in situations and I can't think of them at the moment, but I know that I've been in situations where I couldn't admit that I had made a mistake. That was that was probably one of the first things that I think I worked on with myself is you have to be honest. You have to just say, I screwed up. Because that was so difficult for me. Because that's total trauma for me. And it is for a lot of people. There's some trauma there. There's a reason you don't want to admit you're wrong because you're going to get, I don't know, a hand upside the head
right,
or a
yeah,
timeout or yelled at or called name. Like you are going to be punished somehow for
yep,
inconveniencing, whatever. Yeah. So there's
yeah,
definite, yeah, but that's something that if you want to change, that's going to be a difficult one. If you are that person that has a hard time admitting that you just made a mistake, that's not something you can just say, I'm not going to do it today. I can guarantee you that's not one of those that you can just say, I'm changing my behavior on that today. That's going to take some work.
it
That's
is
going
going to
to
take work, and
take
it's
some
going to take
healing.
patience and
Yes.
baby steps.
Yes. And you can do it. You
Mhm,
can do it. 100% you can do it.
mhm, mhm.
Yes.
Something like that. Um, yes, energy healing is, I
Because
mean,
your
it's
brain
not,
does wire to your environment.
it does. It
And you
does.
wired we wire, our brains get wired in that direction of whatever
Mhm.
that bad behavior is. Go ahead.
Energy healing absolutely is beneficial.
Hmm.
Um, but a really beautiful place to start again is that communication with yourself.
Yes, 100%.
Um, I'm human.
Yes.
It is human nature. We make mistakes.
Yes.
And was it?
Forgiveness
Yeah.
too. Don't get not getting mad at yourself because you did it again, like you had some big choice in it.
Hmm.
That muscle memory is strong. When your
Hmm.
brain is wired that way, that's an immediate, before you have, at first, you don't, there's no room in there to put a different thought. It just sneaks out. So when you first decide I'm going to change it, you're going to have that same behavior and you're not going to realize it till after. That's just part of the process. That's the first step is just recognizing it after it happened.
Hmm.
Right? Wouldn't you say?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I interrupted you again. I'm sorry. I keep
Yep.
doing that. I have been sitting in quiet, not talking to anyone for like 2 days. And so I apologize. So I am yammering today. I get to talk to an adult and not just the TV or my husband in the other room. I so apologize to you for that, Mari-Lyn. Mary.
Oh, no, 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 not even you get to call me Mary.
Mari-Lyn. Yes.
That is where I was going, though, is when you recognize it, it will be after the fact.
Mhm.
And then recognizing making a mistake is human. It is part of the human
Yes.
makeup.
Yes.
And when you can talk to yourself about that, it helps you start to really believe
Mhm.
the truth that
Yes.
we make mistakes. And
And
when you can look at it as part of the human dilemma,
yes, yes.
sometimes, oh, okay. What I'm getting, sometimes you can start to work this out yourself, but not always. Sometimes it takes another party, whether it's a, a talk counselor, whether it's an energy healer, maybe it's just a trusted friend that's not going to jump on your bandwagon.
Yes. That's going to be honest and yeah.
But looking at the mistakes that you have made, and did the mistakes you make that caused great consequences,
Mhm.
did you do them on purpose?
Right.
Chances are probably not.
Right.
And then seeing, oh, okay. And then just working through and in part of the acceptance of being human and making mistakes.
Mhm. Perfect example of what we just did here. And it's something that Mari-Lyn and I have worked on for a long time is I'm a talker and I interrupt. And I don't mind being interrupted myself. And so that's another piece of it. We've talked
Yeah,
about that.
we have. And I have a very hard time interrupting
Yes.
because I was so taught that
Yeah.
interrupting is rude. It is
Right.
unacceptable and you don't do it.
Right. So we were wired very differently
Very
on
different. Mhm,
that situation.
mhm,
We've both gotten a lot better
mhm.
working
Much
on
better.
it. I interrupt and she'll shut down. That's
Mhm.
the sort of the both, neither thing is okay. I mean, neither thing is what's best for us. I
Mm.
should put it that way. But that's the reaction we have. And we've really worked on it. And today you got right back. I noticed it right away. I couldn't, I kept like the words were just flowing out of me, but I did notice. And then you didn't shut down and
Oh,
get
I
upset.
started to.
But you caught yourself. That's the point, is that you
Yeah.
were like, wait, I don't do that anymore.
I
Pam
don't
didn't do it
need to
on,
shut down anymore.
no. And I didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't personal to you. Like we were able to work that through. So
Right.
it can happen. And it's also, if you have a good relationship like Mari-Lyn and I do, and we can talk about it, and you don't always have that great relationship with someone that you like, I could do that to someone whom I don't have a good relationship with, and it would be a total disaster. And
Mm,
no matter how much I apologized or whatever, it would not fix it. You know what I mean? Like
right. Right.
it
And
just
so
wouldn't.
this just goes to prove that as humans,
Hmm.
we can't just flip a switch and make things different.
Nope. Nope.
It
No, we
doesn't
can't.
work that way.
No.
I don't care how much we want it that
Yeah.
way. It does not happen. And I am pretty sure that this situation
Mhm.
of interruption, shutting down, not interrupting and missing out on saying something because I won't interrupt
Yes.
is something that we are probably going to have to work on
Oh,
for the
yep.
continuum.
Yep.
It just is.
Yeah. I
And it
think it
gets
was,
better and different, and it
yeah,
changes and it morphs and it shifts, and yet sometimes it still rears its ugly head.
it
Yeah.
does. And however, and the best thing of it all is we're not sitting here upset with, you're not upset with me. I'm not upset with myself. We just moved on from it. It's like, okay, that was that. We talked about it. I apologize. I mean, you
Yeah.
might still be pissed at me, but I
No,
don't think so.
I actually for a second thought, what are we talking about
Oh,
again?
see, we can
Yeah.
move on. We can move on. And I think it was that Ricky Gervais, that comedian that said, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. It's like, yeah, because I used to think that.
Hmm.
So you would get offended or you would shut
Yep.
down, and then I would beat the shit out of myself because, oh, she's right. She's so right. Well, we're both in our shit here. We both have a trigger. We both can get better.
Hmm.
We both can get better. And we have. And yeah, there is, I mean, I could certainly understand why you would think that was rude. I'm not above thinking, I'm not to that, oh, I don't think I ever, maybe I did, but I don't remember ever saying, "Oh, just get the fuck over it." So what? I interrupted you because that's
I
not kind
don't know
either.
that you've ever used that verbiage.
Yes, but to just
Don't
dismiss
think
the
so.
other person is
Yeah,
not fair either. That's not very kind.
I know.
Um, to just dismiss it because she's really feeling something, and I really did do something. Like, hello, I can't say, and it's recorded, so we can go back. We can go back and play it for you, sister. You interrupted her. Yeah. But
You know, I do remember this has been, oh man, I don't know how long ago. This may have been years ago. Um, I remember it was a podcast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a podcast. Um, and I remember getting triggered because you had interrupted me. I wanted to say something and I shut down. And I don't know that I said anything maybe for the whole rest of the, I'm sure I
it
said
was a rough
something.
one. Yeah.
I remember going back and looking at it because I wanted to see, was it noticeable that I shut down? Was my response so grotesque that it was like out there? To me, oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
bad.
And we had to get I'm certainly when we first started, me, I will talk out of being nervous because we're recording, right?
Right.
So I feel like I can't have space there. There can't be some empty, just quiet space. And then you had a hard time just like we were so opposite,
So
and
opposite.
it
Yeah.
was so awkward. We have learned, I don't speak for myself, I have learned so much by just the mechanics of this and how I communicate. Just the mechanics of podcasting or just our other channel, just talking. It's been a great,
It has been a great tool for me
yeah.
to allow myself to just speak.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah. Sometimes I still struggle with it.
Yeah.
Um, part of that,
Clearly, I still struggle with the yammerty, 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 but
I think part of that is the way my brain is wired is that it doesn't always translate from the brain to the
yeah.
mouth correctly.
Me too.
And, when I was a kid, I would say sentences almost backwards. Like the words would be, it's like my
Sorry.
brain has already moved on and
Yeah,
the voice box it couldn't keep up
yeah,
and so
yeah.
things would just come out all
I
fucked
get
up.
this look of this chipmunk. You've got all the words in your cheeks, and they just they haven't come out yet.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so I really want to make sure that things are coming out of my mouth in the
yeah.
correct order.
And clearly, I don't have that. I just start talking, and it comes out, and people probably don't understand me half the time.
I said something the other day, and my husband's looking at me like,
What the
and I
hell?
did exactly that. The words just came out in the wrong order, and I'm like, oh, okay. Whew, let me try that
Yes,
again.
so funny.
And part of that is because I think I dissociated more than I ever realized.
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
I think have we talked about that in a podcast? If we haven't, we should. That we just humans, we do.
Hmm.
It is true. There are different levels of it,
Hmm.
certainly, but we all do. But we
Hmm.
all
And we do
dissociate
it for different reasons.
100%.
Um, I'm going to say a lot of the reason that I would dissociate was just sheer boredom.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Sheer boredom. I'm just off, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah.
It's like eating can be a boredom. You eat because
Yeah.
you can dissociate. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think this might be a good place to stop here
Yeah,
with
I
this.
think you might be right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we're going to get into a whole nother topic that's going to be
Yes,
a
we
whole,
are.
yeah,
And we know some of you are out there saying, please don't stop. And we love you for that, but we're
we do.
stopping. Yes.
We do. We do.
Yes. Thank you,
So
everyone.
have a wonderful end to this
Yes.
year of 2025.
Mhm.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
I hope that 2026 is a magical year of expansion. Whatever that looks
Yes.
like
Yes.
for all of us.
Mhm.
Please be safe, be responsible.
Mhm.
I want every one of you to make it through the celebration.
Yes. Yes. Healthy and happy and ready to go.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
everyone. Happy New
Right.
Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you, sister friend.
Thank you, sister friend.
All
All
right.
right.
We'll see y'all
Bye.
next year. Bye.